episode of the Smugcast. This week's show, Mike talks South Dakota. We'll discuss Jordan's absence from last week, and we'll probably berate Justin for not getting the latest podcast out on time again.
Who cares?
Our 5 listeners.
I'm Dan, and with me are all 4 of my sons again tonight. Finally, we have Jordan,
Hi. How's everybody doing?
Jeremy,
Hello.
Justin,
Hey there.
and Jared.
Hi.
So, what's happening this week, boys?
Not a whole lot, honestly.
Don't shake your head. We need to hear your voice.
You need to hear me say nothing?
Yeah, we need to hear you say nothing.
We're gonna talk about your foot problem that you had this week.
No.
Nobody wants to hear about his foot problem.
No. I took a certified professional exam this week.
So wait a minute.
fuck
Hold
you.
on. Wait a minute.
We're back into Jordan
Before
gloating
that,
about his goddamn job, by the way.
I love my job.
So it's nice to have you back again, son.
Thank you.
What happened last week?
What were we doing last week?
I don't know. Someone didn't come to last
Oh,
week's show.
because Rachel and Bobby were in town all weekend.
Who's Rachel and Bobby?
And so because your other family's in town, you can't spare a couple hours for your father.
Not when there's a 1-year-old. She's adorable. I want to play with her all the time.
So we're losing out to a 1-year-old.
You're not adorable.
Yeah, that's true.
I am
You
adorable.
are not adorable.
I can't buy you
I
adorable
am
little baby girl
adorable.
dresses because I know you won't wear them out.
I might.
So Rachel's one?
Yeah. Maddie, the daughter, is one.
Who's
Ra-
Rachel?
Rachel is Daniel's sister. Rachel and Bobby are my in-laws.
Nice.
Well, isn't that nice?
Yeah, so they were in from Minneapolis. I don't know. They're making stupid amounts of money. It's not fair. She's a dentist and he's a doctor, if I haven't explained this already.
Yeah, we understand.
Yeah, so anyway.
Jews have money.
What we didn't get to talk about last week is how, again, your mother and I dominated its categories on Thanksgiving.
I wouldn't say dominated.
Wouldn't say dominated.
I wouldn't
we
say
played
dominated.
2 games. How many did we win?
2.
2. That's
Again,
dominating.
That's
It's
because I
undefeated.
wasn't there to take all your
But
answers.
You weren't there to take all my answers, so we dominated again.
Hey, we did a decently good job, me and Justin.
Honestly, me and Pudge almost took you out.
Did you win?
We took Birkenstocks from you.
Did you
You
win?
took Birkins.
You
Nice.
did take Birkenstocks from me. Did you win?
No.
You ain't first, you're last.
Well, I have the
Shake
Spectrum Master that is
and-
Justin with me.
Wait, what did you? Wait,
I
what?
had the Spectrum Master with me.
Yeah.
Spectrum.
Yeah. Lord of the Spectrum, really.
Spectrum.
I'm all over it.
He's just on it everywhere.
What?
Wait, what's wrong with my joke?
Nothing. Nothing is wrong with it. It's fine.
Everything is okay.
You told me this afternoon that we're not allowed to tell any more bad jokes.
No.
But that's all we had.
That's my repertoire. Don't
Get
take it
better.
from me.
Get better.
Be better. You're supposed to be funny, and you're not.
You know what? I don't see anybody else carrying the show, okay?
Yeah, I know. Pudge sits there on his phone the whole time. Jeremy can barely squeeze a word out of him. I don't even know what's going on.
Look at even now. Even now. Nothing.
He's just gonna laugh
You got
quietly.
nothing.
No, I got nothing for this. Don't ask me about how my life's
All
going.
right. How
Bring
about
up a topic.
we're gonna go to politics. I'm sorry.
But see, as soon as we start with the topics, we trade out Pudge for Jeremy. It's essentially what happens.
Here's
It's a
something.
fair trade.
Here's something
Eh?
that I thought was interesting that you said the other day.
Okay.
When we were talking about when I was talking about using our voices and standing up to Trump and talking about it and talking about the shit he does or the shit that people do in his name and stuff like that, your response just really floored me. You basically said, why can't we just be quiet and then in 4 years we'll just vote and change everything anyway? That's basically what you said.
I didn't know it's not.
You said, why would you? I said, you gotta have a voice. You gotta say your voice. She says, why? Why do you gotta
Is this
fight
what we
it?
were
Why
talking
don't
about, the
you just-"
draining the swamp thing?
No, I didn't say that.
Yes, you did. You said, why bother? So why bother? We'll just change it again in 4 years.
No, I didn't. I didn't say that.
Yeah, then what did you say?
This all started when we were talking about the draining the swamp, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so well, I guess we'll just have that conversation again. For those who don't know, because Jordan doesn't know, he wasn't here. That guy that
From the Southern Poverty Law Center.
yeah, who was the same guy who said that the Pepe meme was a racist.
The hate symbol.
was a
Okay.
hate symbol, yeah. He came out to CNN this week, or last week, and said that the term "drain the swamp" was being used by racist organizations,
Yes.
and therefore, I had no idea what was his big deal bringing that up then, like that Trump's giving the racist organizations a wink by using that term.
By using a term
But
that's
I
also
assume
being used.
that Trump was saying it first, and then they started using it. So I don't understand like why.
How
this
is that Trump
just
giving
be-
them a nod? You know what I'm saying?
I don't think it's Trump giving them a nod by saying "drain the swamp." That means what it's meant to imply is getting people who are bought or lobbyists and corporatists out of office and replacing them with newer.
Which
But
of
he's
course
not
he
doing it
isn't
all.
doing.
No, I know he's not doing that, but I was just saying the statement that
I think I see your thing, but I think you're right. That depends on the context of where the phrase originated. If it was already prevalent in the racist white supremacist societies, and he continues to use it as a nod to them, then
not it.
that's one thing.
That's not it.
Was it they picked up?
I think the point the guy was trying to say was that, like Pepe the Frog and that statement, "drain the swamp," was being used by like alt-right organizations and white nationalist organizations among each other.
right, like online,
Like
he said it was
online
being used
among
online
among each other.
right.
To not look to just as a signal to each other, like, look, we're all on the same page. We all understand each other. When we're talking about this kind of stuff, we know what we're really talking about.
Yeah, but he never specified if Trump was using it first, if it was part of his. I'm assuming it was part of his speeches when he was running.
Well, he
before.
didn't use it first. It's been used for decades.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
all right. I'm assuming that the racists or these racist organizations didn't coin the phrase.
No. It's
So-
I don't think he explained himself, and I guess I can't speak for him. But the way that I interpreted what he was saying, that it wasn't necessarily what the phrase actually is. It's just that it's a phrase that they can use among each other, so they know what they're talking about.
I think what it is, it's just a shitty anti-Trump statement, is what that guy made.
He was not very clear. No,
He doesn't
I
like
agree with
Trump,
that,
so
yes.
he goes and says that anything that racist organizations say, Trump supports, and Trump has given them a wink or a nod, which just isn't true.
Well, he hasn't really denounced.
You need to, yeah, but he hasn't said that he. that
he hasn't really
supports them.
denounced them.
But he hasn't said that he supports.
But I'm
them.
saying it's more of an acceptance by omission. Like, he has Steve Bannon as one of his top cabinet positions, and by not denouncing these organizations who are doing things in his name, he's sort of giving them a pass in his
Right.
approval by
Right.
non-commitment.
But-
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, but if we're talking this statement, and I think this is where we're getting to what you were talking about. With this statement, what it does is it pisses off a lot of people like me in this country, because it's just an example of, liberals or people in media, not even in the media, because the CNN host disagreed with him when he said that. But it's liberals trying to lose elections. Because the majority of this country are white people. So if you're gonna say that every single white person is racist or
I
sexist,
don't think anybody said that.
There are many people who say
literally
that.
every time.
No, nobody says that every white person is racist.
No, nobody says that. But here's the thing: when you start,
Maybe on your silly ass
no,
websites
yeah,
they
but when
do.
you start taking phrases that don't, mean racist things, and start telling people that it now is a racist thing and don't say it, That aggravates people. I mean, it goes bigger and broader, like I was saying with what they did to Bernie Sanders in the primaries. They made him seem like a sexist and a racist because white males were following him. Why is that a bad thing? If you want to win the election,
I don't think
you
they
need
said
to.
he was racist and sexist.
No, but his supporters were, and
the
right.
Bernie
And now
bros,
you're pissing.
yeah.
If you piss those people off, guess who they don't come out and vote for? Hillary Clinton. And why did she lose the election? You pissed off people by calling them all sexist and calling them all racist for supporting a different candidate, for having a different idea, for not just bowing down and accepting who the DNC threw in there.
Right, but again, they didn't say that everybody was.
No, but they didn't say that everybody was. But to just do that, to just take a whole blanket and throw it over a whole group of people like that.
Yeah, but I don't even think the Bernie Bros cared. So they were already supporting Bernie anyway.
Who are Bernie? Bernie Bros are not real people. It's not a real thing.
Then why
It's
are you
something
bringing
that-
it up?
It's something that I'm saying. It's something that the media made up to just kind of.
Oh,
they didn't
that's
make
bullshit.
It up.
Yes, they did. There was nobody out there calling themselves Bernie Bros. Right? No, they made it up. They called them. It was a slang term used for supporters of. It was a slang term used for
A subset of people.
For a subset of people that supported Bernie Sanders. None of them called themselves Bernie Bros.
Well, of course not.
It
You
was
never give
dir-
yourself your own nickname. You say that all the time.
Right, exactly.
But
But
the
this
way
is-
you still
but
have
it was
that
used to
nickname.
make them all look like misogynist
But this
pigs.
is identity politics. This is I'm going to label you a thing and then say the thing is bad. That's identity politics. It's bad.
I don't think identity politics is bad.
First of all,
Everybody
I don't think
labels
so.
everybody, so don't even give me
okay,
that
that's
shit.
fine, but don't label someone negatively and then expect them to come and vote for you. Why would how does that make any sense? To
You see, you guys don't understand. You haven't been around long enough. It's politics. When you're in a primary, you have to try and win. So you have to say bad things about the people you're running at, even though they're in your own party. And then when the general comes, then you expect those people to. That's the way it works. That's the way it's supposed to work. You fight it out among the Democrats, and then when the one Democrat comes out, then everybody's supposed to come along.
you're dealing
But
with
then
a
that
whole,
assumes
you're
that the
dealing with
Democrats are a
whole-
hive mind.
You're dealing with a whole new
No,
generation
that's
of
how
voters here.
politics works.
That is politics. 'Cause that's the thing. That's why.
You're dealing with a
No,
whole
but that's
new
why the-
generation of voters. They might not know that. So you're just gonna expect them to know that? Sorry, that's
Well,
the
the-
worst fucking tactic. Just like every other tactic that Hillary Clinton's
It's not
campaign
a
ran.
tactic. It's
It's
just
how
the
it
way
works.
it is.
You have your
You
prime.
That's why
It's a
everybody.
tactic, you
That's
just
why.
said.
That's why everybody who was going for Cruz, everybody who was going for Mario Rubio, they all jumped on the Trump bandwagon. Because that's the way it works.
No.
If you are part of a party, when the party says this is our nominee, you get on that nominee. Simple as that.
Right, but okay, but again, it wasn't everybody.
What if these people didn't identify as Democrats? They just liked Bernie.
Right, I was gonna say not everyone was in the party. Not everyone was a Democrat who supported Bernie. There was
Who?
plenty of independent. Look,
Indep-
alright, look
There's
it.
no such
look
thing
it.
as an independent.
Look
I'm
it.
sorry.
A lot
Okay,
of
why
the-
did he win every single state
Okay,
that
but-
was an open primary? Because people who weren't Democrats were voting for him. Every state in the primaries that was an open for everyone to vote for, he won those ones.
Now Illinois. Illinois is an open primary.
Okay, besides almost every single one that was open.
No, it's
Almost every and was it?
Illinois is not. You have to decide when you go in there if you're
Yeah,
Democratic
Illinois
or
is
Republican.
no-
But I can go in there as a Democrat and say I want to vote in the Republican primary. That's an open primary.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Dad, no, it's not. We learned this in AP government.
I could go vote for a Republican. I can go vote for the Republican primary.
Well, yeah, but you're supposed to go vote for the party you identify as, and only
But
that
I
You're
party.
don't
supposed
have
to, but you don't
so
have
in
to.
Illinois, I don't have to, so I can go.
But it's not open, is what I'm saying.
But
But it is
I
open
think
because I can
what
go
you're
vote for
conflating
either
here is
party.
you have independents that want to vote for a Democrat,
I
and
can
that's
go vote
great.
for either
But
party.
you're treating
Can I
the
not?
primary like
Yeah.
the general election, and they're different things. You can't treat the primary as the general.
Okay, but Jordan, here's what I'm saying. When they're making these claims for people who are supporters of him, it does not just apply to the Democrats. It does not just apply to the party, because anyone can support him in the primary. Do you know what I mean? Especially in open primary states.
So are you?
Can I say something, please?
Yeah.
Okay. How can you, like, how can you say bad things about Trump supporters and then expect them to vote for you in the general? Like, how is that a
she
How
didn't
is that
expect that.
Yes,
to go
she
for
did.
her.
Yes, she
No,
did.
when
Chuck
she-
Schumer said his plan.
When
Chuck
she
Schumer
called-
said his plan was.
When
Chuck
she
Schumer
called
said
them
his plan.
deplorables, she was not expecting those deplorables to vote
No,
for her.
not the deplorables, but still Trump fans.
What do you
Trump
mean?
supporters. Chuck Schumer
You
said
need
his
those
plan
votes,
was
and
for
that's
every
why she
blue
didn't
collar
get-
worker that they lost, they were gonna get 2 to 3 more rural or more suburban Republicans to vote for Hillary Clinton.
That's
That was
why
his
she
plan.
didn't
He
get the
said
votes
that.
because she acted like she didn't need them.
Chuck Schumer
She's like,
said
"Oh,
he was
they're just
going
deplorables."
for
She acts
the
like she didn't need
suburban
the votes.
Republicans.
Right.
So he was trying to get Republicans to vote for him. So how can you shit on them and then ask them to vote for you?
Because he wasn't shitting on the suburban Republicans. They were shitting on those rural idiots.
Well, clearly, it was more than rural idiots.
Yeah, and it was white women.
Yeah, it was white everybody.
It was not white everybody.
All-
Trump had more
white
minority
women
votes
and
than
white
Mitt Romney,
men.
and I think the Republican before.
White women and white men, white uneducated women and white uneducated men, and white educated and all of them, they all voted more for Trump than for Hillary.
No, I think the educated white women voted more for Hillary. That was
That might have
was one of
cha-
the-
that might have
was one of the
changed.
surprises.
No,
because
that
white
might- that-
educated women usually go Republican.
That might have
and
changed,
they
but
switched over.
about a week after the election, it was still that educated white women were still more for Trump.
I don't think so.
Yes, at least 1 week. It might have changed with them still counting votes, but 1 week after the election, they were still going for Trump.
No, that's just white women in general.
No, it
not
was-
white
no,
college
I'm
women.
telling you, it was
not
both.
white college women. No.
Yes, it was. But I'm telling you, at least
It
the
prob-
study
no,
I
it,
saw.
it probably
the
wasn't. It
reports
probably
I saw.
wasn't. Probably wasn't like college women.
Look it up. Someone look it up.
I think a lot of this also, this divide we have between, college educated people and stuff, a lot of it is branding in the Democratic Party now, because we were watching something, I think watching MSNBC, and someone was talking about the Democrats being this party of these elitist people.
It is.
And but I don't get that. Like, what elitist thing? Because we're not the business class. That's all the Republican policies
But
support.
That's what the Democratic
The
Party
guy,
has
the,
become.
the guy that you love, what's his name? That black guy, the one, Cory Booker. He takes more money than any other Democrat. He takes more money from the banks and from Wall Street than any other Democrat. That's what we call an elitist. That's what we call
that's
a
not
No.
what an elitist is. No, that's a corporatist, not an elitist. What we're talking about, what they're talking about, which she's wrong about, that I agree with, by elitist, by ignoring, I hate to say this,
The
but
working class.
ignoring the working class and the middle of the country, basically. Because Democrats used to be for
right.
the
Well,
working
now,
class, but now nobody is.
No. Now the
Because
Democrats.
Republicans definitely aren't, and now the Democrats aren't.
Well,
So
I
now
think
it's
because
all the
I-
East Coast and the West Coast.
I think
and they
Democrats have been
outsell everybody
branded
else.
as
No, they've
these.
not been branded. They've done it themselves.
The problem is
They go
people
for the
we see as
stars, the Hollywood stars. That's who they try to get. If you can get George Clooney to vote for you, then all the stupid people will follow, and that doesn't work. That's going
I'm
for
saying
the
I
elitists.
think a thing with Democrats is we have this thing where we do value education, so we're seen as elitist because we're pro education. So we lose. We're
I think you're stretching there.
Yeah, I think
it's
that's
Because
I think it's a
look at
portion
all
of
the
it.
Republicans who are in office, they've all gone to Ivy League schools. Or
But look
big
at all their
schools.
look at their voter base. The voter base of Republicans tend to be
right.
less
They all went to Ivy
educated.
League schools, but
So
when they're talking to their constituents, they're like, "We don't need no book learning."
so the Democratic Party has this problem because we're moving to an anti-intellectual society. So we're seen as elitist because we promote and want education. And that's
But
that's
we
not
don't
all
do
of it,
we
but I
don't
think it's
do-
part of it.
Democrats don't do anything to distance themselves from that.
We're
They
moving-
still, like I said, it's all on the East Coast and all on the West Coast, and they all have their fancy parties, and they don't care about the working class like they should. Like they used to. The Democrats used to be for the working class. They try and talk like they still are, but they're not. None of their policies, none of the Republicans' policies, have done anything for the working class in the last 40 years.
I have a question about something Jordan just said. You said we're moving into an anti-intellectual society.
I think so.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Aren't there more people in college now than like ever before?
Every
And
year it goes up.
Every year we
the
have more
amount of
people in
students
college.
goes up.
So how would that be happening? That we're having an
It's-
anti-intellectual society with more people educated.
More people are being educated, but there's this huge backlash against the educated because of
Yeah, look at
older.
every country song.
What?
Look at every country song.
Trucks, blue jeans, beer. party. My girl's got a fat booty. Is that everyone?
Again, we have
Did I get it
more
all?
people our age going to college, which is great, but a lot of the people in like prime middle-aged voting age, there's this backlash against that kind of intellectualism because they don't have those advantages, and they see that as people not wanting to work hard and do things. They just see them being intellectual and going to school and learning and thinking and not doing. And there's this backlash against that.
You're
going
saying
on.
like middle class voters
I don't think so.
are
because
mad
every
at
person I've
people
ever
in
talked
college?
every person I've ever talked to who is middle-aged and hasn't gone to college, what do they all tell you? Go to school.
You
Get
better
an
go to
education.
college, kid. You better get your
go to
education.
school. You don't want to wind up working this job.
Every single one of 'em.
I haven't heard one person ever say, "Fuck you for going to school. Why don't you go into a factory and get a real job?"
I won't deny that we
I've
might be
never
going
heard that.
I don't deny that we might be going anti-intellectual, but I think your theory as to how and why is wrong.
But those same people you're talking about, when that college kid comes back and becomes his boss, he's gonna be like, that kid don't know nothing. Just because he went to college doesn't mean he knows how to do my job.
Yeah, we had a guy at work say that because
And that could be
he
true.
was training a dude that just got out of college. He was training his manager how to do his job. Because, you know, a lot of times those college educations don't pay off. They don't always pay off.
I think that's wrong. I think that statement is wrong. I think a college
That
education.
it doesn't always pay off. I didn't even make an extreme
It's
claim.
not wrong because more than half the people who get the education aren't even working in the field that they went to school for. So how did it pay off for them? Like, yeah, it pays off in some ways, but it doesn't.
It
get
doesn't
you the job
always,
that
is
you
all I
went
said. I
for.
didn't even make an extreme claim. I'm
So
just like, it
that's
doesn't
why
always pay
that's
off
why
for
you're
you.
going into a job where the guy who's been working there for 20 years is teaching you how to do it, and he's getting pissed off at you because he's been working there 20 years, and he has got to teach you now how to do that because you never even went in this field.
Well, isn't that every job though? You have to go and learn so you can do it better than someone else. Isn't that how every job works though? No matter where you go, where you can have the education which will let you get up farther, but you still have to learn to do the job.
That is true.
So
Yeah,
it
but how
doesn't
is that-
doesn't
but-
matter where.
Yes, but then it's still reasonable for the guy that's been there a long time to be upset about it. But I don't think that's anti-intellectualism. I think it's just like, well, why is this kid like? Why
are
is
you
this
hiring
kid?
him if that guy already knows how to do it?
Yeah, why is this kid doing it because he's got a piece of paper when I could be doing it because I'm showing him how to do it?
Again, I think that kind of goes to that level of employee. Like that, it goes to hiring potential, and it goes to knowing the potential of your workforce. If you have someone that's been there for 20 years, but they don't have the ambition or they don't voice to you the desire to want to move up, why should they get bitter when they hire in someone else that wants to do that?
See, and he is right in a way. America is becoming very anti-science.
Yeah, it is. I've seen
Oh.
some people making some crazy claims lately.
Here, in fact, I got an article about it. It's right here.
Bullshit. Nobody listen. Plug your ears.
The article is from NPR, of course. Americans don't trust scientists' take on food issues.
Food, bring it to me. I love this.
If you're curious about what people really think about some of the hottest of hot-button food controversies, the Pew Research Center has just the thing for you: a survey of attitudes toward genetic modification, organic food, and the importance of eating healthfully.
Oh god, this is gonna make me so angry.
Some of the interesting highlights. A lot of Americans don't care what scientists think about GMOs. For instance, 39% of the survey participants believe that genetically modified foods are worse for your health than non-GM food. However, there's essentially no scientific evidence to support that belief. A conclusion confirmed most recently by National Academy of Sciences report. Among a relatively small group who say they care about the issue of GM foods a great deal, 3/4 believe that GMOs are bad for your health.
Okay, who's pushing the narrative that GMOs are bad?
Americans believe that there's no scientific consensus on GMOs. You know what? A lot of fucking lefties are.
Yeah, that's a big thing in the Green Party is GMOs are bad.
Yeah,
Here we go.
it's annoying.
And finally,
I mean,
there is a deep cynicism about the motives of scientists. According to the survey, Americans feel that research findings are influenced in equal measure by the following factors: the best available scientific evidence, desire to help their industries, and desire to advance their careers. In the view of the public, all of those factors are more important to scientists than concern for the public interest.
okay, but to be fair, if a research study is funded by, say, Coca-Cola, you might not be surprised to see that, like, oh, Coca-Cola does this for you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Well, that's that, but there's also, I feel like the climate we're living in inhibits scientists from actually pursuing what they want to pursue.
Yeah, because
Because
they have to find weird ways to get their funding.
we need funding, and we don't fund like the NIH or the National Institute of Science. We don't fund our science organizations enough to allow the freedom of scientific research
True.
that we need to.
We have to find a way to fund scientific projects that don't involve going through corporations, but also kind of also not going through government either.
I-
The best way to do it.
Government is the best way to do it. You know what? I was talking to Daniel about this.
Wait. Governments and corporations both have narratives to push. We have to find some
No,
kind of way.
No.
You have a government agency called the fuck, I can't remember what it is. But it's a science.
It's not real.
Anyway,
You don't know what it is.
They don't have an agenda. They just fund. They give their money. People apply for grants, and the government says, yes, you can have a grant, or no, you can't have.
That's why when I was finishing my bachelor's, a big class for us was grant writing, is learning how to write a grant. Because it doesn't matter what your research is, if you can show that it's merit and use for something, they'll give it to you.
And when you're talking about government, it's not just the government; it's public universities. That's where a lot of your research is done at state universities, and all that money comes from the government. And it's not, they get grants and they get money, and they have different. They don't all have agendas. It's not a government agenda. The government doesn't say, here, you can only study this, but you can't study that. Well, and they do, because not because of their prejudices, but because of how the research is going to be done, or if it's even.
I'm just saying, I can see where that could go wrong.
How?
So say I'm applying, I'm trying to get a grant from the government to fund my research project. But like say my results come back and it's nothing really to report. Well, wouldn't that make my research team less likely to get a grant in the future
No.
because I didn't show results the first time around?
The lack of
because
result
that's
is a result.
Yeah.
It's a thing. More often than not, reports or experiments that are done don't yield any result, or the result that they yield the result that you don't want. That's a big thing in science. Is you have a hypothesis, you test it. Oh, it wasn't right. Maybe we can try something else. That's a majority of reports. We tried this, it didn't work. But that doesn't mean you stop your research. You just find something else that'll work.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a problem we're having now in academic science is like you'll go and you'll do a study and it'll get published, but then no one will fund a repeat study to verify your claims.
Yeah.
That's a huge problem. You need to be able to run repeat tests, but because it was done once, no one wants to fund the repeat to verify these claims. And I think that's something we need to look into more, is revalidating things. Not just for like increase, but okay, you got this result. Let's just see if we can replicate it and make sure
because
that it
replication is like one of the important things when you're doing like research in general.
works. Exactly. You want to be able to replicate your results, and if it is, then you know it's a sound
Yeah.
object. I was talking with Daniel. I think it was about maybe NASA or something, but how he was thinking we should actually make NASA or something as part of the military, because the military science has done huge things for technology and scientific advancement. Like everything.
Yeah, but so is NASA.
That's what I'm saying. Like most things.
Girl.
Most things from
Don't we
NASA.
already have a satellite-mounted concussive weapon?
I don't know,
Do
but
we
I'm.
have what?
Don't we already have like a satellite-mounted concussive weapon? So basically, it's a satellite that goes around the Earth and it shoots down just a pole, like a big metal pole, and because of how fast because of how fast it comes down.
No one can see your air quotes.
Because of how fast it comes down, it acts like a bomb. It just does so much damage because of the momentum
And
behind
it's
it.
a pole.
It's a pole.
Like someone from Poland?
Yeah. A pole. They send down Polacks.
God, I
That'll
need
ruin a
space.
country.
So I never heard of this death-dealing satellite thing.
Yeah.
No.
I
I think it's no.
because we have a
He was watching Star Wars before he saw it.
I don't think that's accurate because I'm pretty sure we have an agreement signed where we can't weaponize space.
We have an agreement where we can't weaponize space with
Star
what was
Wars
it?
nonfiction.
Guns, lasers, nuclear arms, and
But big metal poles we can.
it was a loophole.
It
I
was a
swear to
power
God.
pole.
I swear to God, I
It was the
saw
It
this.
was Goku's power pole.
Maybe okay, hold up. It might not.
Maybe it was a pole.
Maybe it was
Maybe
a dream you
laser.
had.
No. It might
It's a
not
pillar,
be.
actually.
It might not be in use right now, but I think I might have seen a design for it, like an in theory type device.
Oh, so it's not really a satellite floating around us
It
right
could
now.
or could not be. I don't remember in what context I saw it.
But
I
if
was,
it was, you think the government would tell you?
No, because do you remember what happened with NASA?
Russia would shoot it
No,
down.
no. When they were having trouble with the Hubble, when NASA was having trouble with the Hubble telescope,
Yeah.
they were thinking about building the new one, and one of the agencies, was the NSA or whatever, said, "Hey, you know what? We have an extra one. you guys can use that one that nobody knew about." So they have a more powerful telescope to look into outer space than NASA even had, but nobody knew about it.
How?
They're like, "We got an extra one. It's gonna be obsolete for us in the shortly."
Because no
so
one funds
we're gonna build
NASA is the
another
problem.
one."
NASA gets like no funding.
Well, that's because the Pentagon gets trillions of dollars to do whatever they want, and they don't have to.
Answer to
Answer
anybody,
anybody.
really. I don't know.
It was hilarious when I heard that. I was like, "That's just insane."
Did Neil tell you that?
Yes.
No, I believe it then.
Or maybe it was Bill Nye. No, it was It was Bill Nye on Star Talk with Neil deGrasse Tyson.
So, okay, back to your GMO food safety shit,
GMOs are not bad for you. Eat them.
right?
Correct.
Like we wouldn't have corn if we didn't have GMOs.
Everything's a GMO.
Everything is GMO. Everything is chemicals. Like.
I think the big problem with that is people don't understand how chemicals actually work in your body. So like, oh, this is bad, or they're like,
This
oh,
is
this is
chemical.
antifreeze. I'm eating antifreeze. No, you're not.
They're putting chemicals in our food. Everything. Everything is chemicals.
H2O is a chemical.
I don't want to have H2O crap.
I don't want any of that hydrogen dioxide.
That's water.
And it's just like, cause I audit Panera a lot.
Oh, now we're back on this.
Back on
No,
Gordon's
no.
amazing fucking job
Because
that he just cannot stop
Panera-
talking about.
Panera is starting this initiative where they're only serving
gonna start
clean
making good
foods.
food?
Good food, but
Panera's pretty good.
Panera is pretty good. They've gotten a lot better.
Their bread sometimes, like when I get a sandwich, too hard.
I like the sourdough bread bowl though. That is good.
Oh, the bread bowls, yeah.
They
for
make
sure.
really good.
Auntie Mimi mixes the potato soup when we get those bread bowls.
So
Oh.
fucking righteous.
We need more potato soup.
I have the recipe. I can make it.
Auntie Mimi, we need more potato soup.
Calling our aunt.
But
Auntie, if you could.
auntie.
Auntie.
Anyway, Panera's whole thing now is serving clean food, and they have posted in there.
Now
Like,
they're serving clean food? Is that what you just
What
said?
was it before?
That implies that before it was not.
they're calling it clean food, and they like have this list posted of all the the chemicals that they're taking out of their food to serve for clean food, and like all of it's like bullshit. It's all like things that are normally just like
Well, it was fucking his place, Chipotle. Oh, we're not going to use any GMOs in any of our food. Like, it's a big fucking deal.
it's not. It's
There's
stupid.
no reason for them to stop using the GMOs. Oh, we're going to stop using them.
I thought you were gonna mention Taco Bell. I was gonna be like,
Taco
None
Bell
of that's
is
real.
all GMO.
Taco Bell is, they could grow a pig in the backyard and slaughter it, they would do it.
I wish they would.
I wish they would show me them slaughtering the
Wouldn't
pig.
need fucking preservatives
And
and
as
GMOs.
far as organic goes, there's a podcast I listen to called Science Versus. They had a whole podcast on organic.
I mean, that's all
Basically
bullshit.
nothing. It
Yeah.
basically doesn't do
That-
anything.
There's nothing wrong with just genetically modified food. Organic food is basically no better for you. It's all just.
There's definitely no nutritional value, no better nutritional value. There is not much less
Not much less.
of a risk from pesticides.
Yeah, because they still use pesticides.
The only thing it does, the only one thing it does, it's a little better for the
In fact,
environment.
yeah, which is a big
but it's only a little bit better. It's not even leaps and bounds better. It's a little bit better.
Yeah.
And that's and it's more expensive.
Jordan, you're kind of science savvy, right?
Yes.
How much nuclear waste do we produce if we were to go to nuclear power? How much would we be making?
Yeah, because he just fucking knows that answer.
I don't think it's as much as you
Oh,
would
he's got
think.
one.
No, it's gonna be something like, I don't think it's what you might think, but it's not what you didn't think. That's for sure. It's a lot.
Did I ask you guys this?
About the rocket into sun.
Yeah, why can't we just fucking shoot it all into the sun? Did we ever get an answer to that? Anybody ever answer that for me?
I don't think our NASA is
Did you
strong
know
enough.
that the
There's
sun
something like
is not yellow?
Yes, I did.
It's white.
It's white. Yes.
Neil deGrasse Tyson taught me that.
You retarded?
Oh man!
I just
See,
that's why I wouldn't know that.
Just name dropping Neil deGrasse.
love that guy. He's awesome. But yeah,
I love the-
Why can't we get an answer to that? Why can't we just shoot our nuclear waste into the sun?
Cost?
What, to send a rocket? Just point it that way? It'll eventually wind up there. Gravity, right?
Jet fuel?
How
No, once it gets up into space, boom.
Yeah, but you gotta get it there.
You just gotta get it out of our atmosphere.
how many
Right.
how many rockets
Use
fail to
sunshine,
exit the
sunshine.
atmosphere nowadays?
What's that?
How many rockets that we fire fail to exit the atmosphere nowadays?
Well, you're asking how many rockets we fire, and the answer is not very many.
Okay,
Well,
but
if
then
it's
still give,
SpaceX, then they
still then
crash
give
all
me
the
a per-
time.
like-
But NASA hasn't blown anything up in a long time.
okay,
In a long time.
in a long time.
But
When we did fire a fair amount.
Okay,
how
and
many?
if we shoot it off from the middle of the desert, if something happens, it's not gonna be that big of a deal.
It's in the desert now.
We can
There are
clean it up
animal species
easily,
in the desert.
so we can clean it up easily. And also, you kill a few scorpions.
Come on.
You can't just be willy nilly about fucking dumping toxic waste on a bunch of.
Why
fucking
can't we just shoot it into the sun?
Because maybe the
Somebody has to answer me.
I'm trying to give you one, but you
I
just.
need some scientist.
Well, why are you talking about it now then? I'm not.
Because we're on a podcast, so maybe it'll be heard by somebody.
I'm not
No,
a
it's
scientist.
Okay, so I'm looking it up, but I also asked Daniel.
Oh my God.
No, because he knows it.
Gotta
he
ask
knows.
your brain trust.
I do. Apparently, most of it is water. Most of the waste from a facility is radioactive water, because
Right,
they use
exactly,
water to cool.
yes.
They
They
use
use
water
water
to cool the rods.
Is there any way to cleanse radioactive water?
I think the answer is yes.
Yeah, that fucking stick that you buy that you just drink out of.
that Ethan had?
What's it called?
The life straw?
Life straw, yeah.
It didn't even work with Mountain Dew. How would it work with
No,
radioactive
it
water?
didn't work with Mountain Dew.
Speaking of science, I knew this would get you. I guess we've got 4 newly named periodic table elements. Is everybody
Ooh.
interested in this?
Yes.
Nobody's interested in this?
I
I'm
didn't know the
super
original
interested.
table.
Oh,
Gatanium.
see, Sophia's interested.
Wait, Dad. Gatanium,
No,
dictanium,
not gatanium.
gisplatium, and cumrag.
No.
Come and goium.
We have names for the new elements for the atomic numbers 113, 115, 117, and 118.
Okay.
They've officially been accepted.
Nice.
Into a
Names were-
college.
Names were suggested back in June by scientists from the United States, Japan, and Russia who discovered the synthetic elements.
Japan better have named it Dragonium.
The official names and 2-letter symbols for the 4 new additions are as follows.
Oh, great.
Dictakey.
Nihonium for NH for element 113.
Okay.
Muscovium, MC for element 115.
115.
Tennessine, TS for element 117.
Okay.
Element 115.
And Oganesson, OG for element OG for element 118. And the reasons for the names are the Japanese researchers named element number 113. Nihonium was inspired by the word Nihon, which is one of the 2 ways to say Japan in Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
And element 117, Tennessee, is from a certain state. It's because scientists named it after their home state, Tennessee. And the Russian creators named element 115 Moscovium after Moscow, and element 118 Oganesson after Russian nuclear physicist Yuri
Shrek the Ogre.
Yuri Oganessian, who assisted in discovering other super heavy metal elements for the table.
Super
So
heavy
we have
metal. That
4
sounds
that's
awesome.
right. These are heavy metal elements.
After
Heavy
the awesome
metal.
Tamriel.
Now that is metal.
That is metal as fuck.
Yeah, real metal. Alright, what else you got?
con.
No, I
You
love.
don't like the science section?
I love science. This is great.
Oh,
Jimmy's
man.
like, I can't do science.
Well, I guess
Fuck
some. This
science.
is the headline. I saw it. I had it printed out. Here's the headline.
Oh yeah, you're using paper like a scrub, like a.
What are you, fucking 90?
It's just easier to find. If I were to sit here on my phone like you guys all do, like, oh, I can't find it. I'm searching.
Who's
searching,
got a
I'm
phone out
searching.
right now?
Yeah, but what's
I'm
better?
playing
than
anagrams.
I mean, do you not watch any newscaster? They all have the prompter, but they all have their notes right there, so they can go right to it.
Plebs.
I thought that was just for when it goes to commercial break, they can sit there and call each other bitches, but scroll through the paper if they're actually
Exactly.
doing something.
Just talk shit.
Yeah.
You really fucked up that line, didn't you?
You really fucked it up this time, Jerry.
Jerry Taft always fucking up my word.
Fucking Jerry. I thought it was supposed to rain today.
Dude, they've been calling for snow.
It's supposed to snow starting tomorrow morning.
Fuck.
He
Woo!
told me yesterday tomorrow was gonna be 70 degrees.
No, we didn't.
Bring on the snow. I'm ready for it.
Are you?
Yeah,
Well, how can you be ready for snow?
I like snow.
I know your
Because
mother
he's
likes
fat, he
snow,
doesn't get
too.
cold.
I'm fat.
Oh,
I got
wow.
I got tons of insulation here, buddy.
Man.
Just keep it
There
all
was
in.
no hesitation in that at all. He was waiting to use that.
But being fat has nothing to do with having to drive in this shit. That's
Yeah, but it keeps him warm.
It keeps me warm. I'm like a walrus, like a walrus. I just got a lot of flubber.
Oh, Horker.
A horker
horker.
with your 3 tusks.
A horker.
What's a horker?
Skyrim.
Skyrim.
Oh
Skyrim
my
walrus.
god. It's a Skyrim walrus. Oh, it's a special kind of
It's
Yeah,
a
walrus.
walrus.
3 tusks instead
It's
of
got-
2.
Where's the third one?
Right in the middle.
That's gotta be difficult.
It's
It-
fucking
It
adorable.
makes life
They use
challenging.
it to stand.
It's hard to be a horker.
Oh, fuck, man. Oh, God.
Don't worry about it. Alright.
Okay.
What's the article?
Alright, tell me you wouldn't stop and read this article if you saw this headline.
I'm gonna tell you right now I wouldn't, but okay, go ahead.
I have to read.
Yeah.
Some jerk burned down Sweden's giant Christmas goat. Again!
You see, you know what happened? You fell for the clickbait, old man.
No, this was not clickbait. It's a real story.
It's still clickbait.
Christmas goat again?
Vandals have continued one of the strangest traditions of the Christmas season. They burned down Sweden's beloved Yule goats.
I love the Yule goat.
The giant straw goat set up annually in the town of Gaville, or whatever, I don't even know.
Gayville? It's a
Gaville.
giant goat in Gayville?
Gavle, somewhere in Sweden. It's attacked by arsonists regularly, so often in fact that it's more likely to burn down than make it through the season intact.
Well, any goat in Gayville's got to be flaming.
It's not Gaville, it's some Swedish town.
Come on, give it to me.
They're gay.
Thanks,
So,
Butch.
what is it? Something like out of the 50 years, 35 times it's been burned down.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck you,
Jesus.
you dirty sheep fucker!
This year's edition was about 42 feet tall.
Wait, where was it in?
Sweden.
Oh, okay.
Us
Gayville,
men.
Sweden, come on.
It was about 42 feet
Gayville,
tall
Sweden.
and supposed to be a little harder to burn. The local reports that it was equipped with cameras and protected by
Harder
two
to
guards.
burn. What they do, hose it down every night? This shit's not going up tonight.
Yeah, tonight you gotta
Oh.
melt this water.
And instead, the goat met its fate on Sunday, the opening night of the season's festivities.
Yes.
Why do they put it up so early?
They didn't even wait.
If they know it's gonna get burned
They
down.
were like, opening night. it's
Someone
going
threw a
down.
Molotov cocktail at the goat. Is that even-
Yes!
Fuck yeah!
Fuck yes! Go Sveden!
The goat took to Twitter with a promise to rise again like a phoenix. Oh no, such a short amount of time with you, my friends.
I hope it
but I
comes-
shall rise from the ashes and see you next year again.
Oh, I was gonna say, I hope
Why
they-
does the goat have a Twitter?
I hope they put it back up in 3 days, like Jesus Christ.
Why does Big Ben have a Twitter?
Bong.
UPI reports that the goat is now burned in 35 of its 50 years.
Oh my god.
I think it's a tradition.
I say they should just keep burning
It's
it.
just, yeah, they should just make it a
It
festival.
took
They burn it.
1,000 hours to create and cost nearly $250,000.
And they burnt it down.
Yes.
Can you make it out of something that's not wood?
Make it out of like plastic or metal. Just like keep it throughout the years instead of rebuilding it every year.
A post on the city's Facebook page in tribute to our missing friend suggests it's over for the goat. They're not going to rebuild.
Aw.
You looked exceptionally handsome, the tribute concludes. See you again in about a year.
What, do they make it out of popsicle sticks?
It's straw! They make it out of straw!
Make it out of something different. If you don't want to get
It's
burned down.
tradition.
Well, it's tradition to burn the fucker too, apparently.
Wait a minute. How come nobody's asking? Why is there a Christmas edition where you build a 42-foot straw goat?
Cause fuck you, that's why.
Because it's Sweden, you don't ask questions.
No.
I don't
Cause religion, Dad.
It just sounds
Religion.
normal.
This is religious logic here. We-
Sweden's
we-
not a very religious country.
We
I don't
need a giant
think.
goat
Aren't they
though.
neutral on everything?
No, we don't want to go to war. Oh no.
Oh no.
They haven't done anything to us. Why should we do anything to them?
Oh, Sweden.
I love the Christmas goat. We should get one. Let's build a goat.
Should we build a goat?
Build a goat. Let's do it.
Why not steal a goat?
I'm with you.
Why?
Who built a goat that we can go and steal from?
No, I mean like steal a real goat.
Well, then you can't burn a real goat.
Why not?
I mean you could.
Because you barbecue a real goat. That's why.
You wait. You got to get your milk out of it first, and then you can barbecue it.
No one drinks goat milk.
You make goat cheese.
A lot of people drink goat milk.
Really?
A lot, not in the United States. We only have goat cheese, but like in third world countries, they have raised
I'm
goats.
pretty
They're
sure at
cheaper
the
than cattle.
farmers market by us, I can buy goat's milk.
Oh, I'm sure at the farmers markets they have
All
raw, organic goat special edition.
Goat milk is really good for you, you know? That
No,
kind
it's
of
good for
bullshit.
goat
You know what's
testicles.
actually pretty good?
For you, Birkenstocks.
Birkenstocks. I had a manager at one of the places I went to. She brought sheep's milk blue cheese. It was awesome.
Better than cow milk.
No.
I mean, I'm not a big.
I bet you if you used the same quality cow milk and did it the same way, it would taste just as good.
It was real good.
I just want my sheep grilled up. I don't need their milk. And a nice sweater.
I want them sheared.
Nice
yeah.
Irish sweater.
Have you ever seen that goat that escaped like
made of
from its
wood.
pen for like 6 years, and then they found it, and its wool was just completely covering it, like it couldn't move?
Actually, I did see that. I saw it. It was like it had some like 80 pounds of fur or wool taken off of
Oh
it.
fuck yeah! Shear my
The
ass.
damn thing couldn't fucking move. It was so sad to look at it, cause like it was
I'm
just
not gonna shear you if you're gonna keep talking like that. Alright, I'm cool. Cool.
Cool.
Oh,
harder.
shear my ass.
What is that from?
What are you talking
It was like a
That's how a
Family
goat
Guy-
feels when you're shearing him. It gets off to it.
What is that from?
It was a Seth MacFarlane thing, wasn't it?
Like Family Guy?
No, it was like the thing
It's
that
like another cartoon you made.
the compilation of like cartoon Calvary or something like that. It was like a little movie
Yeah.
DVD
One
thing
of
he made.
his first things when he like first started.
Yeah. They're fucking hilarious.
Do we want to move?
That's where you see the
We're gonna talk
that's
about.
where you see that. Guess that animal penis.
Yeah.
You talk about the last article that you pulled up.
Yeah, we'll go after we get Jared's word.
Yeah, let's get Jared's word for
What
the
do we decide we're
Are
calling
we
it?
not touching Dapple?
It's this
Jared's filthy mouth.
Jared's filthy
Time
mouth.
for Jared's filthy mouth. Oh, we gotta talk about Dapple.
Pudge's dirty hole.
All right. This one isn't too awful. Pudge, your word this week is booty brows.
This is usually where I bow out.
Booty brows.
Booty brows.
Please spell brows for me.
BROWS.
Okay. Okay.
Ain't no helping him, you.
Sexuated. No. Okay, so I feel like it's gotta be during or after doggy style. When the ass is in your direction,
Uh huh.
you can clearly see where your ass meets back, you know, that little gray area.
Yeah.
And you're going to finish the act of doggy style.
Yeah.
You do so in a way that you turn the butt cheeks
Is
into.
this more poop?
No,
you
no.
finish in a way that turns the butt cheeks into little eyes, and you put eyebrows with your semen. So you turn
Is
the,
it brows like eyebrows or
Yeah,
brows
it's-
like you browse a website?
It's brows like eyebrows.
Oh.
so you
Brown eyes.
so you like have the butt there, and then you jizz eyes and eyebrows.
So there I was.
So basically you're a cock painter
Yes.
using your semen as the paint.
Yes.
Wow.
Schlong Stradamus.
Pudge, This is Smugcast.
Well, that wasn't even close, was it?
Vincent. No, not even close.
Vincent Van Cock.
Vincent Van Cock. Yeah. No. This you made something way dirtier than I had found.
Oh.
I thought I was gonna like tone it down a bit because everyone would be complaining about this, but we got booty brows, which is the creases between a woman's booty and her legs.
Oh.
An extremely sexy woman, her booty brows are fleek booty brows.
Oh.
Wait. Say that again.
It's the
what?
crease. It's the crease between a girl's ass and her thigh.
The posterior.
Oh.
That's all it is. But I kind of love how far Pudge took it.
But if she's bent over, there's no crease.
Well, that's if she's bent over. Where are you going?
Yeah, where's your dirty mind going?
That's Pudge's filthy mouth, not some old pervert's show.
That's an old pervert.
Yeah, but your butt is sick if you're bent over.
That's right.
Exactly.
So, Jeremy, you said you wanted to talk about South Dakota. Is that true?
Yep.
What do you want to say about it? What do you want to say about the water protectors?
Hey, I like that you said protectors and not
That's right.
protesters. That's what they want to be called.
Yeah, if that's what they want to be called. If somebody wants to be called something, I don't give a shit. I'll call them that.
Call me.
What if they don't want to be called something? Do you still call them that?
If they don't want to be called it, I won't call them that.
Okay.
What if I want to be called
Unless
nothing?
I hate them, then I'll call them that.
Justin, what's something you don't like being called?
I can't think of it.
Wait on it. Wait for it.
Anything I don't like being called?
Yes.
I don't know.
Late for dinner.
Shut up.
What?
No, what do you not like being called?
A conservative?
Sure, conservative.
You're conservative.
Oh, is that the joke?
Yeah.
Was that it? You're waiting that
wow,
long for
that's
that?
what we waited for?
Jeez.
I was
Jesus.
hoping you'd say something a little bit more inappropriate so I could yell something inappropriate at you.
But I don't care if you come with something inappropriate.
That's what Pudge is here for. He's just here to sit back and wait to yell something dirty and then sit back down.
Yeah.
But I don't care if I get my fifis hurt, Jared.
I was trying to make something like what I was trying to make
He's
a
not
scenario.
a snowflake. He's
Trying to create this scenario that happened in my German class last year, where some kid was getting fucked with. So and like someone kept like throwing shit at him, behind him, like hit him in the back of the head. So at one point he turned around and just goes, "You're fucking Jewish!" in the middle of class. In German class, so he's like, "You're fucking Jewish," and everyone was like,
What? Did you just really? In German. That is the best fucking place.
Is he Jewish?
"No, neither of them are."
Not.
Why'd you hit him?
What?
I thought he
He
said.
meant the yeller or the
I thought he
yelling.
said 9 of them are. I
Oh,
was
no.
like,
That would have been. See, that would have been
That would
good.
have been funny. So.
But he's not that funny. Damn it.
No one's funny.
He's had a couple in the 11, 12 episodes we've done.
Yeah, he's got a couple good
of
ones.
jokes, and that's about it.
The glue.
more like glue stick. You know,
More like a glue stick, a glitter glue stick.
I'll stick around.
Hey!
Man, these jokes are bad.
I'm about that. What? No,
What do you think about Dapple?
Yeah, what do you think about the water protectors?
I mean, I don't have too strong of an opinion on it. I'm glad they're doing it. So, I mean, that's all I got. I don't have enough about it.
I have a solution to the problem.
Yeah.
I figured it out last night or the night before when I was watching a video of it.
What's the solution, Dad?
You know what they got to do? What the water protectors got to do?
What?
And now they probably do have it now. All they need is a few white guys with semi-automatic rifles standing there on their side, and the federal government will say, "Oh, sorry, alright, we're not gonna fuck with you now. We're out of here." Just like they did with fucking Bundys in the
Yep.
middle of goddamn Montana.
Well, now they
or
got
whatever the fuck
a
it
bunch
is.
of veterans.
Now they got some white guys with
Yeah.
guns, so now the federal government's gonna say, "Oh, guys, we're sorry. Alright, we won't do nothing to you."
The thing is, they shouldn't have to, considering they have a
Of course they
treaty
should.
signed
I know.
that says that they own the land.
A Tweety.
A tweety.
They have a Tweety.
that says that they own the land and
But
they
wait,
shouldn't be fucking digging it.
Do they own the land?
There's a treaty signed that says that is Native American that's Native American grounds, and that they own that land, and that it
And
should
then
not be
And
who's-
it
disrupted.
shouldn't matter.
Well,
Go ahead.
who's trying to I don't know who much. is the company that's trying to build the pipeline. Do they try to purchase that land, or are they just like
No.
trying to use it for free?
They say to the government, hey, we want to run a pipeline through here.
Uh-huh.
And so the government says, all right, we'll figure out where to go. You go here. And then the government says, because the government, goddamn government,
Goddamn government.
Goddamn Mongolians.
because they say, all right, since it might create jobs, and we might, which it's not going to, because they always fucking lie about that shit. It'll create jobs, and we'll make money, and we'll become, more independent from foreign oil. So we'll give
Even
you
though
the
we're
right.
shipping it all.
Yeah, even though we're shipping it all away, we'll give you the right to send your pipeline through this area. So my point was, what you were saying is, I don't give a shit if they have a treaty or not. If you're gonna fucking put something down that's gonna poison fucking people's water, you shouldn't fucking do it.
Yeah.
Treaty or not, I don't give a shit.
Especially if you just look. There was this funny video. There was like a funny meme that was like, wait, which pipeline are we pissed might leak oil? And then it's had a map of every single oil leak that's been seen in this country just in this year. And there's like 90 fucking dots on the map of where there's been oil spills. Just
Every pipeline
yeah.
has oil spills.
It's like it's just a bad. Why put them in?
It's, you know what?
According to Jordan, it's better than traveling them overground.
It is. Pipelines are safer than transport by
Okay.
train or by truck or
But
anything
the
else.
problem is, this particular pipeline, it's not going to make any jobs. It's not going to keep the country independent from foreign oil, because all of it's going to be shipped out. And it's not even an American company, is it? Isn't it a Canadian company?
I don't know.
It was
Get 'em the
just-
fuck
it
outta
was just
here.
bought.
It was just bought by an American?
Yeah.
But wherever they're going to get the oil from in the first place, they're going to start digging it all up. All these scientists say they're starting to dig up all that shale and all that oil. It's going to cause a huge amount of carbon to be deposited into the atmosphere, even more than we have now. So it's just an overall lose for everybody, except for the fucking oil companies. And of course, they're going to get what they want because they pay off the goddamn fucking politicians.
Yep.
And it's just disgusting.
It's frustrating.
So I'm hoping that these veterans can maybe help.
I
But
hope
again,
the
there's
veterans
only
help
one.
too.
Not if Sarah Palin's
least, I mean-
head in the VA.
Virginia?
In Virginia. Oh, she won't now. Now that she now that she
Fucked up
came
his
out
carrier
against,
deal? Yeah.
against the carrier deal.
Wait,
Which
what?
actually I had to fucking agree with her. She was fucking right.
Yeah, I know.
More bullshit.
Wait, why?
What happened?
Why don't you like the carrier deal?
Because
you know
it's
how we stopped them from moving 800 jobs.
Kinda.
Indiana, he had the taxpayers of Indiana give him a check for $7 million.
and they're still shipping like 1,300 jobs to Mexico
and they're still
anyway.
sending jobs to Mexico anyway. They're only keeping about 800 here, or as Donald Trump says, almost 1,000.
Yeah.
So there was no win in this scenario.
So it was, as Sarah Palin said, more crony capitalism. He got Mike Pence, the governor of Indiana, to give them $7 million in tax credits and tax breaks. And then so they said, okay, for 800 jobs, we can do that.
Yeah.
And that's for just 800 jobs. Like this is, I mean, he's gonna be a terrible president. This is horrible.
Hey, give the man a shot.
I mean, he took a call from the Taiwanese president. Like that was like crazy. Like I was watching the news about it yesterday, and they were saying either like he did this like willfully to like fucking do some traumatic shift in foreign policy, or he's just that ignorant and doesn't know anything.
I tend to lean to the he didn't know what he was doing
Yeah.
story.
And I think
they have
No idea.
clue.
Wait, what did he do? He took a
so.
call?
What happened is our relationship with China is weird. We recognize only one government of China, and that's the People's Republic of China,
Beijing.
Beijing. But in the early 50s, before Nixon went to China, we didn't recognize the People's Republic of China at all in Beijing. We had Taiwan. We considered the island of Taiwan the government of China.
Uh-huh.
But since Nixon, we've decided no, there's only one China, and that includes Taiwan as a big part of the People's Republic of China.
Okay.
But Taiwan.
But the
wants
problem
to
is
be
the island of
independent,
Taiwan
or they
want-
think they're independent?
Yeah, the island
We
of
don't
Taiwan thinks
recognize
they're
Taiwan as a separate as a sovereign nation.
You're correct. We don't recognize Taiwan as a sovereign nation, but
Oh.
Taiwan thinks they are.
So the president of the United States does not talk to the president of
Wait.
Taiwan.
If Taiwan thinks
we
they're
do
a
not
sovereign,
have diplomatic. We do not have diplomatic relations
Wait, but why?
with Taiwan.
But why?
Because of our relationship with China. We need our relationship with China is way more important than anything that goes
So
on
we
with
don't have a
Taiwan.
formal diplomatic relationship with Taiwan, but we have a relationship with Taiwan. So it's complicated.
So
But what happened
no
was,
US
Relationship
president
has complicated.
has any kind of communication with the president of Taiwan. Simple as that.
except on Friday, Donald Trump spoke to the president of Taiwan.
Hey, he's not president yet. Fuck it. Who cares?
He's gonna be president.
And this is a huge diplomatic
China was not
hit in the
happy.
face to China. Because in that instance, he was essentially giving, precedence and credibility to
Yeah, giving credibility to Taiwan.
Taiwan, which is still a part of China. And this is a major shift in 40 years of diplomatic relationships with China that no one was ready for. He did not speak to anyone in any state or any department of government before speaking to this leader. He just did it. He hasn't received any daily intelligence briefings. He turns them away. He doesn't get any of the president's daily briefings. No one from the State Department has gotten any contact from him or any of his people. So all of our foreign relations and any intelligence briefings that he should be getting, he's not. So this is terrifying.
So, but see, I can't even talk about it. I mean, we all agree that it's a shit show. So there's really no reason to argue about it right now.
It's the worst for me because he duped all these people into voting for him. And
But see, but here's my problem. I'm starting to be more like Jeremy now. Now that we're talking about South Dakota. One fucking president over another fucking president. What's the fucking difference? They're all fucking us anyway. Right?
I don't know.
You tell me that Obama couldn't just step in and say, hey, we're not putting the pipeline there.
I mean, I'm sure he could.
He
course he
could.
could.
He's-
Elizabeth Warren, who, I know she's not the president, but doesn't she, quote unquote, have Native American background? And she hasn't even made a statement about it.
Bernie
So-
was there. I saw
I
Bernie
know
there
Bernie
today.
was there. I know Jill Stein was there. But Elizabeth Warren, you'll go and you'll yell at fucking Wells Fargo when it's a big deal, and you're supposed to do that. But when
Right.
there's something out there that needs to be done, and you could make a stand to be one of the first big politicians to go out there and say something, you don't. I mean, they're all starting
I
to
don't
piss
know what
me
her
off.
reason is. I mean, because I have to believe that she's done a corporatist. I have to believe it.
I think
Well,
a lot of it
This
is
election was kind of weird because you'd think she would have came out and at least picked a side, but she didn't, which kind of shows you she was, she had something going.
because she's a Democrat and she wasn't going to pick sides in a divisive primary, and she was going to just support the Democratic nominee.
Yeah, so that's what it was.
Yeah, well, if she stands
She
for
can
everything
still
she's
be
supposed
incredibly
to stand
progressive, but she wanted to support the party regardless of who won. So she held back and
for.
waited until we
you
had a
can still
nominee.
Support the party, even if you support someone else. If they lose, you still support
She-
the party.
she
That's
played
what you
a-
guys were just saying. You can
She
do
played
that.
a safe game, which is fine. You can
Yeah,
totally
see,
do that.
Is it
No,
fine
it's
though?
not fine.
It's not fine.
Why does everybody have to?
Why? Okay, if you're gonna play a safe game, then why the fuck are you in office speaking for us? Why are you speaking for the people if you're gonna play the safe game? Go out there and help your fucking people. Help the people you're supposed to be
Well,
speaking for.
that's why she's chair
The
of
safe
the.
game is bullshit. Because all it is you're just waiting for your next election, and that's bullshit.
I mean, I don't think that's true in her case. She was playing a politically
I
safe
would like to
game in
think
that
not.
case
I would
for
like
her.
to think that it's not true in her case, but again, why hasn't she said anything about this?
I don't have an answer to that. I think it might be
She's
politicians.
Native American.
I think it's because politicians pick and choose issues they're going to fight for. They don't want
I'm
to
Native
go off
American.
message on
Right,
other
yeah.
issues.
She'll take Wells Fargo when it gets thrown in her fucking lap, and we already know that they were committing fraud and shit. Yeah, then you'll go fucking yell at
No,
the
but you
CEO.
can't do that because she started the whole.
Yeah, no, I
consumer
know.
protection
And that's the thing.
bureau, so
She,
doesn't
I don't think
work
she
on
wants to
law.
take her energies off of. So she may.
You
We don't.
can still make a statement. It doesn't take your energy away to make a statement.
No,
She
but I'm
just
just
wrote a
saying.
letter to
It doesn't
Obama.
exactly. All she do is write a letter. Say, hey, well, maybe she did. Maybe she signed on. to a
Get out
letter.
your quill and ink
I don't know.
and your
But
scroll.
Obama could
Quill.
just back to that. Obama could just fucking step in and say no more. We're done.
Yes.
This is
You
gone.
can say, get your 76 different law enforcement agencies out of South Dakota. 76. That's what the number's up to. 76 different law enforcement agencies are there.
And I saw that the governor was of North Dakota was stopping. Maybe it was South Dakota. Was
This
stopping.
is South Dakota, right? It's South
Yes,
Dakota.
it's
Yeah.
South Dakota.
He was stopping reinforcements from the local police station from going, because there's so many fucking people out there already. He was like, no, you cannot send more people from the police force out there.
Oh, and did you see that crazy ass Milwaukee sheriff? You see that Trump supporter, crazy ass Milwaukee sheriff, black guy?
The black guy, yeah.
Yeah. Well, he was grabbing some of his deputies. He was going to go there, and then the people in Milwaukee said, "No." Said, "You're not taking our tax dollars and going out there. Stay here and take care of Milwaukee."
Fun fact about going to fucking crazy ass Trump, Wisconsin. I have to work in Janesville next week.
Yes, I want 2 women.
Okay.
Is
That's
that
a beer.
Is that legal in Wisconsin?
It's a beer made by New
It's not-
Glarus. It's not. He brought me Spotted Cow last time. This time I want the beer that's called 2 Women. So I want 2 women from Wisconsin when you come back.
Done. Janesville is
I'm
also
gonna edit that.
Just a 12-pack.
So
Yeah.
good.
Janesville
was
is Paul
Two
Ryan's
Brothers.
home district, so this will be fun.
No, Two Brothers is a brewery here in Aurora, and that's the brewery. The beer from New Glarus Brewery is called 2 Women.
Do you feel like you were? Well, I guess you weren't really played because there was no one really better when he was running. But in terms of Obama's presidency,
Yes,
it's kind of bullshit, huh? He's
he
total
did not.
corporatist.
He did not. He was not the hope and change that I was. He was not the change that I was hoping for.
Yeah.
So
He didn't change.
Woo!
Listen, he didn't change the justice system for black people like he was
Correct.
supposed to, or like he
he
should.
didn't try and do anything about marijuana.
Nothing about
laws.
marijuana like
Nope.
he was fucking supposed to.
He went soft in on the fucking healthcare. He didn't ask high and settle low. He started in the middle and
Citizens United.
Citizens United. Yeah,
I don't know if he
did
could do
that.
much. That was a court case.
Oh, yeah.
He couldn't do
I mean,
anything about that.
A lot of his shit was stopped by the Republicans. That's true. But I don't think he fought hard enough.
I don't
he
see him
was
fighting.
Definitely,
That's what I'm saying.
Definitely not progressive enough. No, he was way too center. And you know what?
He's pushing the
I
TPP like crazy right now.
I was probably blinded by myself because at the time, I mean, I think about it, and I was hoping he would be more progressive, more radical. But at the time that he was running, I was getting pissed because all the guys on Fox News were saying how radical he was. And I would sit there like, wait a minute, but he's not that radical. He really isn't that radical. But
Yeah.
in my heart, I was hoping he would be, even though I knew that he wasn't.
Well, it's Fox News. He's radical because he's a Muslim.
But yeah, they kept calling him radical, and he's not. And I knew that. I knew that he wasn't radical. He wasn't super progressive. But I guess I hoped that he would be.
You're right.
And so yeah, I guess it's my own fault for being disappointed then.
So what
I
about
guess
that
I'm
mug you
being-
have that says
Yeah.
Obama 08? You gonna get rid of that?
No, I keep that on my desk in my pens. Because no matter what, it was a historic event. So that makes. it
And B, a
worthwhile
mug's a
being-
mug.
And B, a mug's a mug.
Get your filthy mug out of here.
Get your filthy mug out of here.
Why are you joining? You happy with him?
Yeah, there's definitely more he could have done. I mean,
you know what?
absolutely. But
Gates.
I think in the grand scheme of things, he's gonna go down as one of our better presidents.
Really?
I do.
You know, we're in more wars now than we were when he first came in.
I don't know.
He's deporting more people than.
He is deporting
than
more
ever.
people.
He's
Yes.
bombing more people than anybody. Than
He
we
is
ever
also,
had.
but you can't say
You
we're.
can
A lot of
jail.
drone
You can,
strikes.
habeas corpus is now gone. You can jail people without giving them a trial.
I don't think that is true at all.
Yes, it is.
For what? Where?
People who speak out against the government, whistleblowers. You can just jail them now. There's people sitting in jail for whistleblowing. Have they gotten trials yet? No, they haven't.
Who?
Chelsea Manning, Edward Snowden was gonna go to jail.
Well, because Edward Snowden's information leak put people's lives in danger.
Ah, fuck that.
No,
he
it
needs a
didn't.
pardon. But,
Yeah, he
but
could
that's
get
not
pardoned-
because of
he could
Obama.
pardon Chelsea
That's not because of Obama.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. Thanks, Obama.
Yeah, thanks, Obama.
You know what? I'm just happy we got Joe and Barack memes.
Oh yeah, those are fun.
He didn't close.
He didn't close
Guantanamo Bay?
No.
No,
He
that's
did not
something
do
he
that.
wanted
Didn't
to
close
do. He said it every
Azkaban.
year too.
He didn't
He didn't close up Azkaban.
He
The
like,
bastard.
he
Sirius
did
Black's gonna get out.
he did move more prisoners over from Guantanamo, but I think there's like still 60 people left there that for some reason he can't shut down. But he's definitely reduced the number of people there,
Maybe it's
which
like,
is not as good as closing it.
maybe it's
which
Killer
I-
Not
Croc.
anywhere near as good as
No.
closing it.
No, not even.
Jordan, what if it's what if Killer Croc is there? And the
But
Joker.
he did open up relations with Cuba again, which is good.
Very good.
Yeah.
And he did give us the Affordable Care Act, which is help put. I don't care what the Republicans say. It's helped. It's given like tens of millions of people who didn't have coverage before. It gave them coverage.
Yeah.
Well, you guys stay on mom and dad's insurance for the next 4 years.
Yeah.
I'm 16.
So, I mean, yeah, there's plenty of things that I like that he did, but I'm not happy that he didn't
I'm
go
not.
far enough. Especially with legalization. I don't know why he wasn't all over that from the beginning. Especially since he
was in a club that smoked weed.
he smoked weed. If he would have been arrested, he never would have been fucking president. For what? For weed. He wouldn't even be where he is today. If he would have had one minor possession back in the 70s, he would have been fucked. He'd been
Yeah.
rotting in jail.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know why he couldn't do anything like that. It pisses me off.
I don't. I think he turned out to be a total corporatist and didn't really care about. Well, just because I don't ever see him out there trying to get anything, you know what I mean? Did you hear his speech on Dapple or his little his briefing on it?
No, I did not.
He basically just saying that that there's things that can be changed on both sides. Protectors are wrong. The police officers might be wrong. They might both have some issues.
See, that's what he
Really?
he's right down the fucking middle. That's what
Yeah.
he does. I don't, and that
People are
makes me
getting
mad.
maced while they're sitting in prayer circles,
Yeah.
or pepper sprayed while they're sitting in prayer circles.
Well, I don't have a problem with people getting maced for sitting in prayer circles.
Yeah, I guess. But again, they're not harming anybody.
No, they're not harming anybody.
Yeah, they are. They're harming dad's sensibilities.
That's right.
He's offended by that. You can't do
I'm
that in
offended
public.
by that because I think, how fucking stupid can you be?
Right,
There's
right,
no
right.
man floating up in the sky.
Yeah, there's one thing that you mention it a lot, and I just don't get where your frustration with it is coming from. Free trade agreements. I don't.
Oh, it's a little bit less now because we were learning a
Too
little bit more
strong,
about it,
mate.
about how it really hasn't been as bad
It's
as
not a huge problem, but to me it's not worth it.
I don't think that's necessarily true.
We listened to this podcast where the guy did.
It was Planet Money. It was NPR's Planet Money.
He did the math on it, and for the amount of money that gets brought in with these free trade deals, it comes down to about $100 a month or $100 a year per
For the average-
person.
for
for the
working age
Individual.
working age individuals.
Saves about $100 through free trade a year.
And
it
said
costs-
it only was over the last 10 years, however long it's been in effect, it's lost about 700,000 jobs.
So it's just, for me, saving $100 a year isn't worth someone else's job.
Right.
But it's not just about us is the problem. These free trade agreements help all those other people in other countries
We know that.
so
Okay,
much
but
more.
Jordan, I don't give a fuck. Here's the thing.
I think that's part of the problem though. It's like
No.
I think because
No,
I
but
care
wait,
about that.
Wait. Why would I care about other countries when
Anytime anybody else can get out of povery, I'm all for it.
there's people in this country in poverty?
Well, I
There's
know,
more people now in poverty
I know.
than there was before. There's almost 50% of people now
We
are low
can't.
income in this
I know,
country.
but that trade deal isn't going to put more of our citizens in poverty, and it can lift maybe some people in another country out of poverty. That's the way I like to look at it.
I don't know if that's. It could
And
put
I
more
th-
people
it
in
furthers
poverty.
diplomatic.
No, because we just found out we gave everybody $100 a year, so it didn't.
But it
Except for
lost-
those few
Except for the people who lost jobs.
for those 700,000
For those
people who lost
700,000
jobs, that
families.
sucks. But they might not be in poverty now. They might have got different jobs.
Right, they might, but
Might.
still, like that,
Right.
that the benefit that was given does not
Now,
outweigh that.
here's what I would like. I would be more supportive of the trade policies if when bad shit like that happened, or when the people who did lose their jobs, that they had a much better social safety net, that they had free health care and unemployment insurance, better unemployment insurance, and maybe like job training. If we had a better way to support these people when these trade policies lost them their jobs, then I'd way more.
If the government fucks up your job, the government should fix it.
Correct. Exactly. Yep. That's what I think. Wow. And we're gonna end on that, right?
Well, I thought you had one more story.
I do.
We can say, go
I
ahead.
have one more thing to say. Just I don't know. Just came since we were talking numbers. A new study came out this week that shows that now the 0.01% of the population of the upper 0.01% now owns as much wealth as the bottom 90. 90. The 0.01 0.01 now owns as much as the bottom 90% in this country. Is that not fucking ridiculous?
That sounds insane.
What was the source on that?
See, that's why you print out your
Yeah,
stories.
I saw it on Secular Talk.
No, that can't be right.
Yes.
Point
0.01.
Probably have as much as 50%. And then the 1% have as much as 90.
Maybe it was 0.1. Maybe not 0.01. Maybe it was 0.1 instead of 0.01.
Anyway, they got a lot of fucking money, and it sucks. Yes, the
I'd argue
wealth
too much
disparity
money.
in this country is way too much,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't find it, can you? See, that's why I have my stuff printed out.
Hey.
Oh, look and see, it's tapping into his phone. He's still not there. He doesn't have it. Whereas I have my stuff right here.
Hey.
Whatever, old man.
Oh, old man, you're the one who's yawning.
Hell yeah, bro.
It's what, 9 o'clock?
Yeah.
10 o'clock.
We just had a big dinner. I'm tired.
Oh my god.
We had Mr. Sub. Fucking good.
Too good.
Did you find it yet?
Whoa, relax.
Whoa.
All right, can we talk about
Yeah.
this next week?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go for this week.
That's gonna be it.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, for now.
All right.
Everybody, thanks for listening. Remember
You're
to follow us on Twitter at JWorksProd, and follow us on Facebook and YouTube. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe.
And ding the little button.
And ding the little button.
Ding the little.
Hope we'll do better next
button.
week. Bye, everybody.
See ya.
Thanks, guys.
See, you can't find it. That's why you print your shit out.
I know.
Did you hear about that, Justin?
You guys are all fucking laughing at me. Oh, man, I gotta
There,
print your stuff
there.
out.
Business Insider.
Justin,
Business Insider.
did you hear about
said it
that?
here.
So what did they